because we have only one room in which we can have all member states with physical distancing, and that is the General Assembly room. Of course, with small delegations, or very small delegations. The other rooms are very difficult for that. They can be used for small groups or for the Security Council or something of the sort, but not for the general debates on these issues. And there is no way the World Health Organization can impose to a country a visit of an inspection unit to do whatever and to look at many other international organizations. They have very little power, very little capacity. I've been saying that the power and the leadership are not together. Those that have shown leadership, and I believe the UN has shown leadership, unfortunately, have not enough power. And those that have power have not shown leadership. So it's clear that, in my opinion, we need to fight for a system of governance in which multilateral organizations will have more teeth, will have more strengths, and we will need to fight to make sure that we take profit of what we have. I wouldn't like an option of postponing the General Assembly. I think it would be bad, or to postpone the formal session that commemorates the 75th anniversary. I mean, this is something that I wouldn't like. We have provided one of the possible solutions with heads of state and government intervening through pre-recorded messages, and with the presence in the room, and the room of the General Assembly is big, probably depending on what will be the conditions at that time in relation to safety and health concerns, but probably with one element of each delegation, and with the heads of state speaking by pre-recorded messages, both in relation to the 75th anniversary and in relation to the General Assembly main discussion. Many of the other items probably will have to be postponed. I mean, we had something on Beijing, we had something on biodiversity, probably they. On the other hand, we will try to keep as limited as possible the number of side events, virtual side events. Theoretically, it's possible to have a virtual side event, but we have not the capacity to have as many side events virtually as we had in the last General Assembly. It was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, so it's not possible. We have not the technical capacity, we have not staff to serve this. So we need to limit as much as possible the number of side events that can be done.
Been closed quite a while, although I heard that maybe they renewed their operation. How we will address these issues for the colleagues, as we know there are certain nationalities that who has other extra barriers they have to kind of jump over before they even getting a G4 visa or any other permission. So what is the vision? Because we really need some sort of collective action, to help everyone with this matter.
I know that we have been in contact with the state authorities on this, and I was told that at least in the case of New Jersey, they were going to send a letter, that the letter is being prepared to the colleagues that are in this situation in order to facilitate the question of the renewal. So this is the information I got. I don't know if Catherine wants to add anything, but
where they have upheld the appeals of the staff, because we want to see behind those decisions what were the issues. Obviously, there were decisions that were upheld by management that later on went to appeal, so that it can show us what was the grounds, what were the flaws, and then how we can feed that back into improved policy making. In terms of accountability, that's post facto. Many of these are cases over the last 10 years, so we're first starting to look at it systemically as a way of strengthening policies in terms of moving forward. Thank you, SG. Back to you.
Thank you, please.
Thank you so much, SG, and also I thank you so much for Catherine. And then, the delegation of authority is a really very sensitive issue for staff at large, not just here in New York, but globally. I think we can say that. And you may remember that during the global town hall, I brought up this issue, but we still not have availability for the delegation of authority portal publicly, that everyone could see basically where they are falling in reference to, delegating who and what and how. Seemingly there are some technical issues with this portal. So I'm wondering how soon we can, see this portal available for staff at large.
See the
portal.
The portal.
The portal about I think is end of June. No, Catherine, end of June.
Yes.
People also be safe, and let's hope that this complicated situation improves. But my feeling is, when I see things going in Europe, in the US, and in the developing world, and now Russia, is that we are going to have a rather mixed picture in relation to the COVID for a long period, in which it comes and goes. So we need to be prepared for a rather fluid situation in the near future, and obviously be ready to adopt the adequate measures in permanent consultation as things evolve. But I'm not hopeful that we'll have a quick solution of the COVID when I see all the different strategies from country to country and the contradictions that exist in the different approaches and the risks that the virus benefits from all that. And the vaccine, a lot of work. We have been pushing hard to have the vaccine conceived as a global public good, but even that is now finding difficulties in the preparation of the World Health Assembly to have a consensus on this idea that the vaccine should be a global public good. There are countries opposing that concept, imagine. So, I mean, this is going to be tough. Thank you very much to all of you, all the best, and keep safe.
3 Sutton Place. Here we go. In South Sudan, the government complained that COVID-19 was spread by UNMISS. I've asked David Shearer. There's no answer. You need to answer. You're a censor. To not answer questions about the UN's performance is an absolute outrage. Outrage. You are stealing public money when you don't answer for the things your missions do to people in poor countries. I asked you about Cameroon. I asked you about child rapes. You didn't answer a single question. You're not a spokesman. You're a censor. And it's corrupt. Totally corrupt. There he goes, Stefan Dujarric.